Hi there, welcome to another video from Hegarty Maths. It's Mr. Hegarty here, and in this video we're talking about direct proportion and something called double number lines, our first video on this topic. So let's start by trying to introduce you to what direct proportion is and this idea of a double number line. And the best way I can think to describe it is by a ruler. If you were to pick up a ruler, you have something like this. On one side of the ruler you have a scale for centimeters, and the other side of the ruler, normal rulers, you tend to have a scale for inches. Okay, and what is proportion, or what is that about? Well, let me show you here. One thing I can notice, you see 2 inches there. You see 2 inches is about 5.1 centimeters, right? So 5.1 centimeters is about, and I'm just going to use the ratio sign for now, is about 2 inches. Okay. Now, how many centimeters do you think 4 inches is roughly? Let's check on the ruler. 4 inches is about 10.2, isn't it? So 4 inches is about 10.2 centimeters. What about, would you say, let's say 8 inches from here? 8 inches from here is about, and you can see here, it's going to be about 20.4, roughly about 20.4 centimeters. So 20.4 centimeters is about the same thing as 8 inches. Now, this is a great example of things that are in proportion. Centimeters and inches are in proportion to each other. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, say if you double your number of centimeters, I've multiplied that by 2, you also double your number of inches, don't you? And if you were to times your number of inches by 4, if you were to multiply your inches by 4, 2 multiplied by 4 gives me 8 inches. Well, I also multiply my centimeters by 4. And two things are in proportion with each other. Is one increases at the same rate another increases. So we can see here, when we double our number of centimeters, we double our number of inches. When we multiply our number of centimeters by 4, we are going to multiply our number of inches by 4. And those two things are what we call indirect proportion. Okay, so let's tidy that up. I'll give you another example here. Another example as follows. As an estimation, we are told 8 kilometers is 5 miles. Now what you can do is you can have, this is what we call a double number line here. We draw a line and we say, obviously 0 kilometers is 0 miles. Just like in the case of a ruler, 0 centimeters is 0 inches. We all start at 0, 0. But every time we're going up in 8 kilometers, we're going to go up in 5 miles. So 8 kilometers is 5 miles. If you double that, 16 kilometers is 10 miles. If you multiply your number of kilometers by 4, you're going to multiply your number of miles by 4. And if you were to multiply your kilometers here by 5, right, you also multiply how many miles you've got by 5. And in this case, kilometers and miles are what's called in direct proportion to each other. So if two quantities are in direct proportion, like for example kilometers and miles, and the other way of saying it is are directly proportional to each other, then this is true. One quantity increases at the same rate the other does. If we double our kilometers, we double our miles. If we multiply our kilometers by 3, we multiply our miles by 3. Similarly, by decreasing here, if you were to think here, if we're going to divide by 2 our number of kilometers going that way, we also have to divide by 2 or half our number of miles going that way. So one quantity increases or decreases at the same rate that the other quantity increases or decreases, and that is when two quantities are what we call in direct proportion or are directly proportional to each other. Okay, so that's what the idea is. This thing here is a double number line that's going to help us visualize these problems. So let's get straight into some problem, and let's start in particular with this very one here. Okay, we are told as an estimation 8 kilometers is 5 miles. We're asked to convert 15 miles to kilometers and 40 kilometers to miles. Now, to start with, we are going to draw this double number line picture because it's going to help us understand things. Over time, you may not need it. So when you're doing it, you just need to do a rough line here. You always start at 0, 0 and label it. Let's put kilometers on top and let's put miles on the bottom like that. Right, so we know we're going up in the kilometers by 8, so that's going to be 8, 16, 24. We're going up in the 8 times tables, 32, and you can keep going if you want here. Let's just extend this a little bit here, like that, and we're going to go up to 40, like that. And in the mile section, we're going to go up in 5, so that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right, it asks us to convert 15 miles to kilometers. Well, the picture does that for us. Look up here. 15 miles is 24 kilometers. Simple as that. So we could just simply, from our picture, say that's 24 kilometers. Right? 40 kilometers to miles. They want us to work out 40 kilometers in miles. Well, I've got my 40 kilometers here, and I can read off that that is equal to 25 miles. So 25 miles is the answer for this. And the double number line came in really useful in this easy scenario. Let's try another one with another double number line. Pause the video and have a go. As an estimation, we're told €4 is £3. Let's draw a quick picture for this. Let's put euros up here. Let's put pounds down here. We know that no euros is clearly £0, like that. So let's go up in our euros by 4. So let's go 4. All you're doing is going up in the 4 times tables, like that. And let's go up for the pounds in the 3 times tables. And there we go, pretty good. Now, from that double number line, we can convert £21 into euros. Let's label £21. We'll do pounds here, £21. There you go, £21. The answer is €28. Simple as that. So €28 done. 44 euros into pounds. Now, our double number line doesn't go up to 44 euros. 44 euros is somewhere over here, right? And it didn't go up to that. Now, could we do this without extending? Let's just think. Well, I think we could. Have a look at this. How do I get from 4 to 44? Remember, we're timesing, we're scaling. Well, I multiply by 11, right? And remember I said that things being in proportion to each other means if I double one, I double the other, or times one by 3, times the other by 3. So I'd have to, therefore, to the pound amount, I'd have to also multiply by 11, right? And it would be, therefore, 33. So the double number line helps us visualize what we can do, and the answer in this case would be £33. Okay, next one. Henry can type 80 words every minute. How many words will be typed in 3 minutes? How long will it take for him to type 480 words? Pause the video, have a go. So my double number line this time, this up here is going to be my words, and this here is going to be my time. Obviously, in 0 seconds you type 0 words, so that's always going to start at 0, 0. Now let's go up here. Our words, firstly is going to be 80 and 480. And let's go up in the minutes. It says 80 words every minute, so they're going up in ones, so that's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and 6 minutes. Okay, how many words will be typed in 3 minutes? Well, 3 minutes, 240 words. Simple as that. How long will it take to type 480 words? Well, we just have to find 480 words, and that's taking 6 minutes. So our answer for this one is 6 minutes. Okay, and the last one, pause the video, have a go. Okay, for every 1,000 hits a YouTube channel gets, it makes £2 from advertising revenue. Answer the following questions. I'm just going to quickly draw a double number line for this. Okay, the top things I'm going to call them hits on YouTube, and the bottom one I'm going to call it pounds, how much money I make. Now the question says, how much will the YouTube channel make from 3,000 hits? So I just highlight my 3,000 hits, and it's clearly £6, right? So it's £6, simple like that from here. How many hits does it need to make £10? Well, we've answered that question as well. £10 is going to need to make 5,000 hits like that, and we're done. Now, I just want to point out at the end, this double number line method is going to be a way for us to do these easy questions for sure, but you know, there are other ways as well. But it's going to be a way for us to understand harder questions that are coming later. So some of you may say, I didn't need that picture to do these. That's fine. But it's going to help us a little bit later when we're doing slightly harder questions. Thanks loads for watching this video.